Bredor Lakes are a unique tidal body of water. They are Cape Breton's largest estuary.
Estuary? Well, the water is salty, but we're open to the ocean, so maybe it's a gulf. I guess it's more like an inland sea or even a fjord.
Actually, the Bredor Lakes are just like the Bredor Lakes. The ocean, rivers, streams, even the rain have mixed with the lake's water. When we say unique, we mean unique.
Bredor Lakes are golden.
Help keep it that way.
The waters of the Bredor are unique, and the people around the Bredor are unique too. For World Water Day, we wanted to ask people, what do the waters of the Bredor mean to you?
What the waters in Bredor Lakes means to me, it means it's a great place to go recreational fishing all through the season, whether it be spring, summer, or winter, and something that I really enjoy. And it's a great place to be out in the outdoors and to enjoy nature.
It's very important to keep our lakes, our Bredor lakes, for the next generation.
The waters of the Bredor lead me to my past.
Peace and prayer. Any day, any time of the day, alright?
Okay, Bredor lakes of Chidnin. What you are, Mimajuan, Dawach community. No job with them, make up good bejo, Gada, Joy of Mendemo, Macom Putimnia. A hoji Atlantel Babu Tianin, no Timo Kagari Pomotier, a nip Tegisimo dear. I then mean you, Bredor lakes.
The Bredor Lakes is a beautiful place and holds many teachings. Thank you.
The water of the Bredor means life to me. I didn't grow up here in Unama'ki, Cape Breton. I grew up in the short grass prairies of southern Alberta, where there's nothing like the Bredor. But we do have a few sloughs, little bodies of water out there. But to me, all water is life. The Bredor is life.
The Bredor Lakes mean to me, I guess a lot of snorkeling in the summertime, kayaking, flipping rocks, looking for crabs, looking for eels in the water, looking for bats at night. Pretty much just a lot of fun times in the summer and lots of hiking in the fall and the winter time. They're a great spot and they've been a part of my whole life.
Bredor Lakes tell me negel kitnin shimena kama nagni janna plagi gudam gudam shellfish Canada.
What the waters of the Bredor mean to me is the future for oysters.
Well, I would say the waters of the Bredor for me are tied to the natural environment. I can look out my front window and I'm instantly knowing what season it is or what the weather's like or what time of day, whether I'm looking out on snow and ice or rippling calm water or there's mist rising over in the early morning, and just that connection with my natural surroundings and just the peace and satisfaction it brings, the tie to nature around me.
The water of the Bredor to me means where I live and where many other things live. It's a unique place, it's a dynamic place, and it's filled with questions and filled with fun. It's also a great place to become stress-free, to relax, for me to sail and to escape. It's a wonderful place.
The Bredor Lakes, specifically?
Yep. Or water.
Okay, water to me means life. Water is empowering, it's strong, it shapes our lives. It's very important. I think we need to be more educated on where our water comes from and where it's going, the uses, what we're doing with it, and how it can negatively impact our lives.
So to me, the waters of the Bredor mean challenge and change. The challenge is because this is an amazing little ocean, and it doesn't matter how many lifetimes I have, I will never understand it fully. I will never have explored it completely. And so it's a great place to work as a scientist. The change is that we're entering a time in the affairs of humans when we're experiencing change in what has until now been a relatively stable climate into a situation where from year to year, and certainly decade to decade, we're having a very hard time predicting what this ecosystem will look like, what its patterns of productivity will be, even the degree to which it will remain connected to the North Atlantic Ocean. And so that's part of the challenge, but it also makes it very exciting, rather than many of the places I've worked in that have remained the same for decades. In the one decade I've worked here, I've seen a great deal change, and it's accelerating. So just a tremendous place to work.
Bredor Lakes. Someone Google. Allora, Google meeting someone every time digiga. We'll go with the meeting. Aha, so we'll meet if as we talk to you, Tammy how much belly to it. Wait, no car.
Water is important to me because it's a provider of life. It gives everything here on earth life, from us as people to the animals that keep us alive and animals that keep other animals alive. Water is very important, and without water we can't survive.
For me, the Bredor means change, and the more I go there, the more I know about it, and it gives you a sense of intimacy. The more you know something, the more you see it, the more you see it in different lighting and different water conditions and different seasons, and it never ceases to amaze me when I drive down Route 4 and I see the change from one day to the next. But, and it also is a little bit of regenerating the soul when you sit by it. So anyway, I love the Bredor.
Bredor, Kidney, someone, on my life in Mindamaway, Lofteg, Kadiegi, Egidame, livelihood of Nin, Kasadam habitat in altitude about the 90% of the time, never in about the one is a down. So she offers some go at about to eat at night. It's some said about the you love on I did.
The water of the Bredor Lakes means to me that the next generation of our kids will always have Bredor Lakes.
The Bredor Lakes, when you go in to the Bredor Lakes, I mean, there was in Sydney moving, and even he got to lose it, and a John now needed. Child, we done it on your grandfather, kid to go, but your grandfather. Joe, what did he made you what they needed? She would lay me now, mommy, anything she would love to see me. She's in Luan, and that feature regarding the obscene thing I put them in. Me, I want to be. I'm money
too. Water is vital for all life.
Yeah, the water of the Bredor means a lot to me. It's very sacred. I was actually sitting with the elders, and I was explaining how water is my happiness. All my happy memories, everything I do is on the water. So when the water is threatened by pollutants or people mismanaging their waste and stuff, it kind of like makes me sad too, you know. So the water is very important to me. The cleanliness and the environment and all the species that live in and around water are very important to me. Water is my happiness.
Out of the waters of the Bredor at the moment with frozen solid. However, what I'm thinking of is my past and my ancestors, because, and also the rest of the world, because every molecule of water in the Bredor has touched someone somewhere at some point in time, and so it connects me with long past and future and the rest of the world.
Well, to me anyway, especially the Bredor Lakes is very important to me, not only because I do a lot of, I get a lot of sustenance from it, but I find that along the Badore Lake, the air is much cleaner and it's much better place to walk around in. And I think that I benefit from it because of its clean air and freshness of the lake. And if that's destroyed, then I don't get that freshness anymore.
I like this in the summertime.
Go.
Family memories.
Badore Lake, Sydney, what day am I playing it? I had this trouble walks here, my young with them, get up to the Beju, Gaspala, Kada. Just go, you know, where you have to. What you baby up year round? I'm not.
The language, Luwahanam, IG climate change, sea level rise.
Well, the waters of the Brador, for me, are all about the watershed that drains water into the Brador. So it's all about the water that we walk on, which is groundwater, and the water that we walk in, which are streams, rivers, lakes, and wetlands. And what's really unique and neat is that those rocks and dirt that form that watershed were created over hundreds of millions of years as Cape Breton was born and evolved through the building of the Appalachian mountain chain, and the subsequent opening of the Atlantic Ocean, and the covering over the last million years by huge ice sheets. So it creates a tremendous diversity of terrains.
Well, for me, Annie, the Brador is a way to explore my island and a way to explore myself. And when you ask me that question, what it makes me think of is that a lot of my life centers around the Brador Lakes. I snorkel under them, I swim in them, I sail on top of them, I canoe, I kayak. Just the other day, I skied across the waters of the Brador Lakes in the blizzard. And, you know, the very first time my son came home, before he even went in the house, I took him down to the Brador Lakes and sprinkled water on his head. He was born in June. As a way to welcome him into the world, as a way to welcome him into Cape Breton and kind of give an idea of the kind of things that are important to us. And I always say that you really don't know Cape Breton until you've seen it from the Brador Lakes. And all these things that you do in the Brador involve an awareness of what's happening in the lakes at that moment and generally. And in that way, you're getting to know your island and yourself. And that's what the Brador means to me.
The waters of the Brador mean a great deal to me. They're our identity, and it's the source of our culture, and it's sustained us for thousands of years. And I know for a fact that our ancestors and our artifacts are within the lakes, and it's sustained us for thousands of years, and we should do whatever we can to make sure that it's there for our children 1,000 years from now.